we're going to start off with a very talented local artist who was kind enough to stop by and share more on his work. Please help me welcome Thomas Evans, a.k.a. Detour. Oh my goodness, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, you kind of are a big part of Denver. I mean, people look for your artwork everywhere. Just the other day, we ran into one of your pieces that was amazing. I'll tell you which one in a minute.
Yeah.
But how did it all start for you?
Well, my dad's went to West Point, so military officer through and through, and I moved every 3 to 5 years because he was moving a lot. And to create friends wherever I moved to, I basically use art as a connecting factor.
Yeah.
And it connected with anyone from any background. So when I kept moving and moving and moving, I just kept doing art and art and art. And when you sort of do something over and over and over, you just get good at it. And I just became known as like the artist.
The artist for sure. And look, my daughters, 7 and 14, love you. They follow. I was just telling you, they love your Tuesday tips.
Yeah.
And the little one still kind of makes a mess. But the 14-year-old is onto something. Detour.
That's where it starts.
She is onto something. And you have art all over Colorado. We went to Basketball Social House a few weeks ago. We saw Becky Hammond. There she is right there. And obviously she was over in San Antonio with the San Antonio Spurs for a while. And we were fans. And they said, Detour did this. Amazing. So you do inspire so many people, but what inspires you when it comes to art?
I mean, I love doing murals like that. Really, it's all about being able to express myself creatively in different ways, but also about the challenge of, trying to tackle a wall or a different sort of creative problem that I have to figure out, how do I use color? How do I use shape? How do I use volume? So for me, it's like every artist wants to figure out how to be different. And so when I'm in the studio, in the art studio, it's like that's my sort of challenge that I have to tackle whenever I want to do anything creatively. So for me, it's like something I get to do every day, and that's why I love it.
That's so cool. Do you plan your next piece, or is this something that just randomly comes to your brain or to your mind when you see something?
I never really plan the next piece, other than if it's a commission. But sometimes it's like it's a warm day, so I go outside and I just paint. I painted like a Nikola Jokic piece near my studio, and people loved it. So it's kind of like randomly I'm able to get inspired by something that I see on TV, something that I'm reading about, and I'm able to just create whenever I want to.
That is the mind of an artist, everyone, where it's just random, and sometimes you end up doing something fabulous, right? Well, the bright colors in your pieces really stand out to me. You love working with bright, colorful things. Is there a meaning behind that?
Well, I mean, bright colors in my work started from live art. I didn't have time to mix colors and flesh tones, things like that, so I had to use colors right out the bottle or the tube, and it just became colorful naturally. And then when I started to transition to murals, putting artwork on walls in like the public eye, you see a lot of the architecture that, the colors are muted or, natural tones. So it's kind of like the bright, bold colors, the teals, the yellows, the pinks, the oranges really pop. And that's why people really gravitate to a lot of my work. And plus, it's like I love colors, as you can see it right now.
I love the ensemble. Oh my gosh, Detour, if you came over to my house, you would be so disappointed.
No.
I'm all about the grays, and everything is gray.
Gotta add color.
I have to add some color, right?
You gotta duct tape me to the wall so I can just stay there like that.
I get anxiety attack in my house. Well, look, it's Black History Month. We love celebrating that right here on Colorado and Company. What role would you say art has in celebrating such a special month?
So art and artists are, in my opinion, creative historians. So you can tell what's happening in society based off of the art that you see. So like you can go back 500 years and tell what was the temperature of society based off of the paintings, the plays that were written, the poetry that was written, and the same applies today. So that's why art is really important when it comes to telling the stories of communities. And recently I just did a mural of Ron Miles, who passed away last year. Jazz artist, legendary artist from Denver, taught at Metro State. Passed away, but the people who are born today will still remember him through the arts that's created of him. So art has a big role when it comes to talking about the stories of communities. That's why it's important this month.
You know what? You really highlighted something that is so true to many neighborhoods right here in Denver. They represent something, they represent someone that truly lives on through your art. Well, what's next for you? What project are you working on? Tell me about it.
So right now I'm working on a sculpture project for the Denver International Airport. I won the artist call for Concourse B East.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I'll have a sculpture basically created of upcycled luggage and items items from people around Colorado. People are able to donate. You can just go to my website there and figure out the link at the bottom about donating a piece of luggage. But it's all about creating a sense of infinite motion and talking about the journey that we all have in our lives when it comes to travel, and that it's never ending. So that's the sculpture that I'm working on. Hopefully it's going to be installed in 2025.
Yeah.
So right now I'm basically just collecting as much luggage from people around Colorado, and people are able to donate to that.
Good to know. I'm sure my daughters would love to join in on that. Detour, thank you so much for being with us this morning. You are fantastic. Everyone, look out for his art. It's really all over Denver, and we'll be looking out for that new project over at the airport. You can see more of Detour's incredible creations. You can follow him on Instagram. He's got great tips on there, so make sure you follow him. It's at Detour303, or find him online at IamDetour.com.